Hello YouTube, Nick here, back with another guide following on from my previous video about the Fremennik Sagas. So we'll start the video off by talking about the title of the saga and the requirements needed to complete the saga to 100%. So it's 3 company, it's about Ozan, Ariane, if that's pronounced right, and Sir Owen. So to access the saga you need a level 6 dungeoneering, 30 attack, 30 range, and 30 mage. Following on from that, to be able to gain 100% on the saga, you will need to do a couple of side tasks inside the saga in order to get the 100% that everyone needs to do the completion escape task. So them tasks are: mine a pile of rocks, summon a garajo, if that's pronounced correctly, investigate a sword, and you'll need to mine some Zephyrium ore whilst inside the saga. So first things first, you're going to want to head over to your bank and bank everything you've got on you, even your ring of kinship, as you can't take this into the saga at all. And then you're going to want to run down to where Thok the Dungeoneering Master is and talk to Skuldrun, as he's the guy you're going to need to start the saga with. If you haven't talked to him before, you're just going to have to click on him as normal, and he will talk to you about the memory item that you've retrieved from Demonhine. If you've already talked to him about this, you can just right click him and you don't have to go through any chat to talk to him. And you just click on the saga that you want to do, and this is the one we are doing at the moment, is Three's Company. So you click on that and start the saga. Once you've started the saga, you'll be standing in a frozen dungeoneering floor, and there will be 3 characters. They are Sir Owen, Ariane, and Ozan, which are 3 RuneScape heroes. What you have to do with these characters is you can select which one you want to be at any time within the floor, and you have to work your way through the floor to try and find a criminal who they have been pursuing. That's the storyline behind this saga. They are pursuing a criminal who's been trying to use summoning for crimes that are not explained in the saga yet, and you've got to locate him somewhere in the dungeon, as he's gone into there somewhere. So first of all, the first room is a guardian room, in which you need to kill everyone or all the monsters. And also in this room is the pile of rocks that I spoke about earlier. This is the first part in the side objectives, which you're going to have to complete. So all you have to do is, as Sir Owen, you have to click on the rock, and he is able to use his strength, as it is, to find some ore. You cannot do this with the other characters, as it's only Sir Owen who has the ability to do it. And you'll find other parts within the floor where you're going to have to be a select character, because they have the specialist ability to complete the puzzle. So in the second room, there's an icy room with 4 pressure pads placed around the room, and you're going to have to be Ozan to slide across the ice and somehow get to the pressure pads in order to unlock the next door. Now you can see this on screen at the moment. You can only travel in straight lines and diagonal lines, and you have to just sort of work it out yourself, as it's going to be different for every player, and every time you enter the saga it will be different. So it might take you some time, but just keep trying and use trial and error to get through this part of the floor, and you should be done in no time at all. Once you go through the next room, Ariane and Owen will teleport over to you, and you'll be in another guardian room. So you're going to have to kill each of the monsters in this room. There's 2 rangers and a spirit wolf. Also in this room is a summoning obelisk, and from monsters that you've killed, you're going to have to pick up their drops in order to find a gold charm and 2 Heim crabs. At the summoning obelisk in this room, you will want to be clicking on it as Ariane. You can only do it as her, and you need to make sure that the gold charm and the Heim crabs are in her inventory when you talk to the summoning obelisk. you will summon a creature called a Garajo, if that's said right. I'm not too sure on that one. But basically, you've summoned it and you need to learn some techniques from it, which are unexplained because it's not really part of the saga. But it is part of the completionist cape getting 100% on the saga. So once you've done that, that's all to do in that room. You want to advance on and open the door, and you'll come into a rune crafting room, which you're again going to have to be Ariane, and you're going to have to click on the tiles, and every time you click on a tile to imbue it, it does the same crossed shaped pattern and flips them over to the opposite colour. And you can also force, which will take a little bit of damage, but it will do only one. It's a 100% chance of knocking it over to the opposite colour. So what you want to do is imbue them to the best you can get of one colour, and then just force the rest over. But watch your health, because if you die, you actually forfeit the saga and you have to start again, as there's no checkpoints within this one. Once you've managed to complete the tile challenge, you just want to enter the next room, which is a dead end with a key in there. You don't have to kill them monsters in there. You can just pick the key up and carry on. You want to head back to the beginning of the saga where you started in the base room, as it is, and you have to use the characters you did before to work your way back. So Ozan through the ice room, and it doesn't matter with the other rooms, it's only Ozan to travel through that one. And the person you picked up the key with, you're going to have to click on the green rectangle door, and that will bring you into a room that has two mysterious tiles on it. What you need to do is right click them tiles and make sure that Owen and Ozan is standing on opposite tiles, so one of them is on each tile. And then you can imbue the door and you'll come into a strange room with some glowing orbs in it. You want to right click the orbs and select the option there available, and what will happen is the orbs in turn will cast a puff of smoke, and you need to watch this with you just need to watch the puff of smoke, and where the puff of smokes are coming out, you need to click it in the same order that the orbs puff. So it might take you a couple of chances. If you don't get it right, all it'll do is hit you for about 10 damage, and then you just try again. So there's no worry if you get it wrong. So just keep trying that until you get that right. It's very straightforward, as you can see by watching the video, and that will allow you to free Ozan and Owen. In that room also on the floor is the crimson triangle key, which you'll need to get through a different door. So that is the reasoning for Owen and Ozan standing on tiles, so you can go in and retrieve the key, but to release them you have to first finish that puzzle. Once you've done that, make sure that if you right click Owen and Ozan, you can right click and call them, and that will make them come off of the tiles. This bit is a little bit glitchy, as you can't just change the character and walk off the tile. You actually have to right click them and call them so they're able to come off. And then you want to head back to the base room. Now the last door in the base room was the crimson triangle key. You want to just go open the door and go through, and you'll come through to another guardian room. Now in this room, all you want to do is kill the monsters like a normal guardian room, and then you can advance on to the next room. Once you've done that, you want to advance through the open the door that is the only one that's going to allow you to come through, and you'll come into a room that will have one Zephyrmore in the side of the room, which you can't yet mine, and a guard standing at an enter door. Now this guard, you're going to have to go through a series of chat with the character Ozan, as Ozan has the ability to charm other people within conversation. Now you're going to have to say four. You're going to have to say these four of messages to this guard, otherwise he will not let you through the room. Everything else will come to dead end within the conversation. So you're going to have to first say, what are you guarding? And then on the second option, you're going to have to say, isn't guarding these doors a little redundant? The third chat, you're going to want to say, who put you guarding this door? And on the fourth and final chat, you're going to have to say, why are you bothering to guard it? And after saying that, he will then go off and start, and he will have convinced himself, technically, to go and stop guarding the door, and he'll just go and plant some potatoes for some unknown reason, because apparently it's his hobby. So once in the next room, you have to switch yourself to Sir Owen, as you have a statues room in which you're going to have to either push and pull two statues to match the statues on the other side of the room. So it's quite easy to copy. You can see the other statues, and all you do is push and pull one square at a time till they match the opposite set of statues. And in doing that will allow you to access 3 different rooms. So going into this room, the dead end, there will be a key on the floor. Sorry, a pickaxe on the floor, in fact. And this is the pickaxe that you use to mine some Zephyrium ore. But we'll leave that bit till later on, as you will pass that Zephyrium ore later on in the floor. So if you go in south down the floor, you'll come to another guardian room, and you just simply have to kill these nice and quickly to advance through to the next part of this path. Now once in this room, there's 2 things in this room. There's pickup sticks, who I'm not entirely sure why he's down here. It's not explained fully, but I'm guessing it's something to do with the criminal that these 3 heroes are chasing. He's somehow used pickup sticks to gain his summoning knowledge, and he's brought him down into the floor for some unknown reason and trapped him. What you need to say to him is, you just run through a chat, ask him if he's okay. He will say he's okay, and you need to tell him to that he can leave through the path that you've already taken, and then he'll just walk off on his own. You also need to pick up the gold crescent key in that room, as that will lead you to the criminal that you've been chasing. Now, last of all, go back to that statues room, and you'll want to go north. You need to then switch to your character Ozan, as he has the ability to do the agility course, and you just need to go around the agility room, pick up that sword on the other side of the room, and as you pick it up or investigate it, you can choose either of the options. It has no effect. It will turn into some ore, and that's not used for anything other than completing 100% of the Fremennik Saga. Now you want to head your way back towards the base room, and you will find yourself in the room with that guard that was guarding the door. You can now mine the Zephyrium ore with the pickaxe, but you need to do it as Sir Owen, as he's the only one able to mine the ore. He's the only person with experience. Now clicking on the gold crescent door that's right next to that room, you will find the boss room for this floor, and that has the criminal in the floor, and it also has a Dungeoneering boss that he's been trying to use his summoning powers on, and it has some Arctic bears, which funnily enough the graphics are slightly broken, and as they walk their legs don't move, they just slide across the floor, as you can see. I thought it was quite amusing at the time. But all you need to do is you have to go through the chat with him. It doesn't matter who you elect to talk. You have to talk by all 3 of them in turn. It has no effect in what order you do it in. But once all 3 has had their say, you walk in the boss room and you simply kill the bears and you kill the criminal And after killing the criminal, that should be the end of the boss fight, as you don't have to fight the Dungeoneering boss. As you can see, the boss fight is actually really easy. He's got low hit points, and just casting a couple of abilities by any one of the adventurers should win him over, or kill him in fact. And then a couple of chat will come up saying about what should be done about the Dungeoneering boss. It has no effect on your reward or how much longer the saga will last. It's literally just to find out a bit more information. The storyline finishes a little bit differently depending on, so you can choose any one of the adventurers to end the saga. It has no effect, and that is the end of the saga. You should be outside of the dungeon and a bar will go across, and providing you've followed everything in this guide, you should have gained 100% of the saga, and there's the box there saying 100%. So that is the Fremennik Saga 1 3 company. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what I've done, don't forget to thumbs up the video and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.